Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my vlog. So today I thought I'd jump on very quickly to share something quite special, inspired by two things. First of all, yesterday I cleared out my YouTube. I've actually been avoiding my YouTube for a while, for a long time. It's had some really cringy old content on there. So instead of being inspired to make videos, I was always like, no, I don't want to look there, I don't want to go there. So I actually cleared it out and I said, you know what, it's okay to start fresh and clean. I left one video on there which I quite liked, and here I am. So feeling inspired to do a vlog today is the autumn equinox. In South Africa, it is usually on the 20th and 21st of March. Today it actually officially is the equinox at 11:01 in the morning, but in short it means an equal length of evening or darkness and an equal length of daytime or sunlight. So it's a kind of a resetting day. Usually in South Africa marks the beginning of autumn, but technically it's actually sort of like the middle of autumn, just like the June solstice is in the middle of winter and then the summer solstice is in the middle of summer, but it is generally signifying autumn nonetheless. But the reason why it's extra special is my daughter was born literally today. She's turned 3 months old, and she was born 3 months ago. She was born the day before the summer solstice. So she's lived her first season of life, and yeah, it's quite amazing. I cannot believe how quickly time has gone. 3 months has just gone by super quick. So each season, guys, is only 3 months. And now she's like started her life off like in seasons. So she's just gonna have many seasons, not in the middle of a season, or I mean, she was born in the middle of summer, but she's got like a point of measure to say she's made one season to the next. So she's lived her first quarter of her life, and what she has achieved in her first quarter of her life. She smiles. She can smile. She's starting to giggle. She's obviously alert and awake, and she's just really growing. I mean, she sleeps through already. She's starting to play with her little play gym toys. She's got this handmade sort of play gym which we hang some of her fun little toys on. She lies there and plays with them, and she's trying to grab onto them. She's got a little bell in her chair that she knocks and plays, and she's starting to interact a lot with her world and her environment, and that's huge. It's a fresh reminder to I want to say be thankful, but it's not coming from a place of gratitude, but just to really appreciate how hard it is to learn life. I mean, we've all been there. We were all where she was. But when we come into this world and in this life, we have to learn everything, absolutely everything. We do not come into this world knowing how to do anything. Anything from your physical environment, let alone your mental, emotional, intellectual, spiritual, all those things that we are as adults actually navigating through. So it was just quite inspiring to say, well, since she was born to where I am now, I have started a business, I've started running. Um, I'm at the end of my what we call your fourth trimester. So when you have a baby and you have your first trimester, your second trimester, and your third trimester, and then you have your baby, she's born. And then the 3 months that follow is actually your fourth trimester, because it is the final stage of your body regaining back to its complete normalcy. So I've undergone my full recovery. Obviously that's quite quick, but then I've also attempted to completely regulate my diet, my lifestyle, my sleep as best as I can, but my hydration, my diet is starting to move, exercise, run, things like that. So even though I've got quite a long way to go, I have started those things, and I am starting to feel more me than I have ever before. And I thought this is just an absolutely amazing time of the year. Today's a special day, and if not today, when? So I thought I'd jump on here and do a quick vlog. I've put on my YouTube channel Vlog Forward, because it's not really about my plan. It can change, what I've done, what I haven't done. It is just always about vlogging forward, sharing parts and snippets of my life. So here's another special thing about today. I'm using today as a little bit of a marker, but another special thing in terms of reaching the end of my fourth trimester and the end of a phase of life is it's quite important for me because I might have had a pregnancy and a baby, but I've actually, in 36 months, I have been pregnant 27 months. And so coming back to myself and my sensor and my sort of normal body state, I don't actually really know what that is, because obviously I'm 3 years older than I was before I had my 3 children, and I've been more pregnant than I haven't been, and I don't really know what my normal state is. So it is quite an exciting day for me, or start at the beginning of my venture. When I say venture, like my journey to my next phase in life, my cycle of just being Maxine again in my own body. So I am still breastfeeding, and I know my body's not 100% back to normal, but I kind of look at that as, you know, it is still a normal part of the phase of life that I'm in. I mean, I'm not going to wait until my children are grown up. I mean, this is where I am. This is me. Part of being me is being a mom, and part of being a mom is being in my breastfeeding cycle, and that's why I am using it or looking at it. My perception of where I am is that I am coming back to myself, and part of who I am is a mom. So even though I'm still continuing to have to provide and take care and nourish my little baby, the important thing is that I'm also coming back to myself and my identity of who I am right now. So, you know, as we all know, we have different phases in life, and we have different versions of ourselves. But one thing I think we forget is that it's okay to be who you are right now. And when I, like some people that I encounter and interact with, tend to feel so obligated to fit a mold of who they are. And we need to be a little bit more open and forgiving to ourselves and say, it actually is more of a positive thing to evolve and grow and change and become the next version of yourself. You don't have to feel obligated to remain and stay. Like, I'm not trying to go back to who I was before I had children. I'm embracing who I am right now and who I'm going to be, who I'm molding into. So it's like about living my current moments, my present moments, is creating my next version of myself. Taking parts of you from the past with, you know, kind of that's what makes us who we are, but I don't have to go back to who I was, because I'm not going backwards. I'm different, I'm changed, I'm new, I'm growing, I'm evolved, and this is who I am right now, and I'm molding and growing into a new future version of who I am. And as my children grow, I grow with them. I just wanted to share that bit as well. So to finish off today's vlog, I want to share an autumn equinox poem. It's called the Autumn Equinox Blessing. I don't know who wrote it. So it's called Autumn Equinox Blessing. The light and the dark are the same in length. They have equal time and equal strength, but soon the darkness will prevail, and the light and warmth will begin to pale. But do not be afraid, do not dismay, for this is the rhythm of nature's way. Rejoice in the abundance that this year bears. Breathe deep in the coolness and change in the air. Have gratitude and blessing, keep toll, and may this shift of nature enlighten your soul. Definitely inspiring. I can feel it when I went for my run this morning. I can feel the change in air, which I have for about 2 weeks already, but definitely there's a real stillness and beauty about what's happening in the environment, in the air. I'm quite connected to nature, and I can feel and pick up on things, but it's almost like you can feel them just like exhale. The trees are just like resting and starting to they're just like going into a rest mode. So there's a bit of peace in the air. As they go into rest mode, their leaves will fall and they will reset, and that is sort of what we as humans follow and need to do as well, so that we can reset. But I think that's enough about autumn equinox for one day. Anyway, Bye.